Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty Ghosts in another episode of KEM Strike Saturday, which of course is the weekly series here on my channel where subscribers send me in KEM Strikes. This one was sent in by a guy named Epic Gusher, which I like that name. You know why? Because Gusher is one of the best fruit-flavored candies I've ever tasted. I mean, God, they're Gushers. When's the last time you guys had Gushers? They're so freaking good. What we got going on here is a game of Blitz on the map Fog. Run around with the Vepr, and I like this gameplay for a number of reasons. One, I like the fact that it's a Vepr. It's a pretty underused SMG in my opinion. It's one of those guns that even I try to like, but just the way it performs, it's like it's really good close range, but aside from that, I don't like this gun at all. So yeah, it's one of those guns that while I like the way it looks, the reason why I kind of was drawn to it initially when the game first came out, just because it reminded me a lot of the AK-74 used by the way it looks, it just wasn't that great of a gun in my opinion. So I like the fact that it's with that. I love the fact that it's on the map Fog, and I love the fact that he's got that pink camo on there, because you know that camo is pretty cool. It's like the digital camo, and that's kind of nice. It's digital, but they put pink on it. I like it. It's a cool looking camo. So throughout the entirety of this KEM Strike, we're going to start talking strategy here for all you wonderful people out there. When you're playing on Blitz, it's not too uncommon for people just to kind of get blinded by the fact that they need to score the objective. That may sound bad, like, oh no, don't play objective too much. But there are people that are like that. There are definitely people that are like that. I remember specifically when you play Call of Duty, when you first start playing Call of Duty, you start playing objective game modes for the first time, you're kind of worried a little bit that you don't know what you're doing, so you try to do the best thing you can do to help out your team to win. And when I first started playing Domination, you know, way back in Call of Duty 4 in 2007, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go and capture the flags. I'm gonna get them all. I'm gonna get all those flags. And in the process, I'm going like, you know, 4 and 30. I'm not doing anything besides just blindly rushing towards the flag and trying to cap it. What we got going on here throughout the entirety of this gameplay is our guy Epic Gusher here is basically trying to control the entire mid-ground of the map, and Fog itself is actually really well laid out to do that because it's kind of the 3-lane system of map, which is great because there's going to be a 3-lane system of the map. Actually, I guess there's technically 4, but we'll talk about that in a moment. In Advanced Warfare, they're going to be trying to have a lot of the maps be set up in a traditional 3-lane style of setup, which you can say that Fog is kind of in that same setup, although I guess there are technically 4 ways. There's the cave to his right, there's the middle where he's at right now, there's the cave to his left, and there's also a path on the far left. So technically it's a 4-lane, but the path on the far left from where he's at right now is not a path that a lot of people like to go. So usually it's kind of more of a 3-lane map. So he's doing that. He's trying to control the entire center of the map. You'll notice throughout the majority of the video that he will rarely actually go to the enemy side. If he does, he only goes a little bit. He might pick up 1 or 2 kills, then he falls back and he starts taking out people more towards the mid-ground of the map, which he's basically playing control. He's playing a supporting role right here. And right here, actually, he did a jump cut. I wanted to stop and like freeze it so you guys know there's a jump cut because the round ends up ending. So when the next round started, he did this jump cut. He edited that in, and so I wanted to make sure you guys had an idea what was happening because otherwise, like a random jump cut like that could kind of throw a lot of people off. But, you know, he basically stays throughout the entire middle of the map. He's playing support, which there are rules like that you can play in Call of Duty where you can support your teammates. You don't all have to dive towards the objective. And since all his teammates are diving toward the objective and they're winning 9-2, he's taking the mid-ground, he's trying to hold people off, and he's doing a damn good job of it. Here towards the end of the KEM Strike, it's pretty crazy. So he's in this cave here, and the enemy team is spawning outside the cave like crazy, like ridiculously crazy. So they keep on rushing him, and he just somehow outguns all these people. And there's situations all the time where it's like, oh wow, how did he get out of here? Like right here, he goes there looking for that guy, but that guy ends up getting killed. So he ends up coming back into the cave, and he's gonna start picking up some more people, and he actually gets the KEM Strike right there after all that chaos within the cave. So throughout the entirety of the video, I mean, he went flawless here, at least for the KEM Strike. He didn't die a couple times going into it. You know, he spawned in, started controlling the middle of the map, and went flawless and got the KEM Strike. Unfortunately, since he edited the video and stuff, this is all he really sent me. He cut it off like the moment the KEM Strike thing actually popped up, so I can't show you guys what the final score was like. I can't show you guys him calling in the KEM Strike. Hell, I couldn't even show you the perks he was using because he did way too much editing. I don't mind sitting through a 10-minute video. I really don't. As long as I have full creative control to be able to do what I want with the gameplay, I'd much rather have that rather than you try and cut and paste everything together and make it as easy to view as possible. I can do that. I can do that myself. So that's where the gameplay ends up ending off. We don't know what the final score was. One would assume he called in the KEM Strike, then probably got got 1 or 2 more kills and the game ended because the game was rapidly approaching the end with his team just capping tons and tons and tons of blitz objectives. Well, I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of KEM Strike Saturday, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves. And if you guys like to send in your guys' KEM Strikes for next week's episode of KEM Strike Saturday, everything you guys need to see is on your screen right now. Basically, no commentary, no color correction, no editing. Render your video out at a very nice quality. That's definitely good. And take the high quality video, upload to YouTube as unlisted. Link me via personal message here on YouTube. And then congratulations, you have submitted your video for next week's episode of KEM Strike Saturday. If you guys like to go ahead and check out Mr. Epic Gusher, though I gave him a hard time about editing together his video, he's actually a cool guy, and I'll tell you here why. So he's a first-time guest here on KEM Strike Saturday. Or at least I think he's a first-time guest here on KEM Strike Saturday. Because look, people, look internet, we are well over 100 episodes in. It's kind of hard to keep track of people, especially when people only have been on the show once before. It's hard to keep track if they've been there before. But if he hasn't, I think the reason I think he has been on the show before is because Epic Gusher is one of those super duper loyal subscribers that I've had for a very long time. He's one of those guys that I instantly recognize his name. He's one of those guys I see in the comments on most of my videos. He's just one of those names I recognize. I recognize a lot of your names, and he's one of those names I recognize. So he's definitely been a loyal subscriber for a very long time, before Call of Duty Ghost even came out, in fact. So he's one of those guys that's been around forever. I think it's kind of cool I was able to feature him here on KEM Strike Saturday, because I love giving back to fans. That's awesome. He's been around for so long. I'm very happy to feature one of his KEM Strikes here on the show. If you guys like to go ahead and check out his YouTube channel, it's youtube.com/epicgusher with a 1 for the I in Epic. And if you do check it out, he has a bunch of live commentary sessions on a bunch of different Call of Duty games. And as kind of like what you would expect from a KEM Strike Saturday guest, he has a bunch of KEM Strikes, and he's got some Moabs. He's got some really good gameplay. And looking at the videos that he's posted, he actually posts quite a bit, though he has slowed down over the past few weeks. But I think the reason for that is because tons of people are going back to school, probably him included. So maybe he's slowing down because of that. Who knows, though? Maybe if he sees himself here on KEM Strike Saturday, he'll be like, wow, that's awesome. Let's post some more videos. Or maybe he won't. Maybe he's really busy with school. I don't know. But regardless, I think it's pretty cool. He's a long-time subscriber. I did check out his channel. I did watch some of his videos, and I thought they were pretty good. So here he is on KEM Strike Saturday. Check him out if you want to. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. And if you did, please be sure to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.